Okay, so what I'd like to show you today is wire numbering, and basically how do I wire number using different groups. There's a function called grouping, and how do we use that? So basically here I have a standard schematic, very basic, nothing too fancy. Got a PLC card with a couple of push buttons, terminals, got some power supplies coming in, and so on and so forth. So very basic stuff. What I'd like to do now is I like to using my scheme. I like to number these guys automatically. So I'm going to grab my place function here. I got a little toolbar that I made, so grab that, and basically what my scheme entitles is here is one condition which is attached to PLC connection points. This is going to give me my address information. This one's for the card power supply information, 24 VDC 0 volt, and I got here one which is called grouping. And basically this, when you create a new connection groups, you get this function here called grouping. So basically here I got a grouping function called power, and I want things to be numbered in a particular way, and for distribution I want things numbered in a different way. So what does that do? So here I'm just going to run that, click on that. So basically the first thing he does, he's going to place these connection definition points everywhere. What I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this section here, and you'll notice that on one of these connection definition points there's a property called grouping. Now this property here, grouping, can either belong to distribution or power. These are elements that I've typed in. So based on this, I'm going to identify that this is distribution or this is power. And basically to do that a little quicker, what I did is I just made myself a little toolbar here. It's an action toolbar. This one defines things as being set to power distribution, and this one sets to for distribution. This one is for power. So this is going to be my distribution side, so I'm going to click on that. So all these connection definition points, if I grab any one randomly, distribution is going to be marked in it. So that's basically my toolbar that's doing that. Here what I want to do is I want to grab all these guys. I'm going to assign them to power. So here the same thing applies. These are going to be assigned to power. So now what do I do with all of that is I'm going to grab this here. I'm going to run my automatic wire numbering. I'm specifying that for power I want wire numbers to start at 1,000. So this is, you know, just a regular standard scheme, nothing to I'm not taking the line numbers or anything like that. For whatever reason I'm saying I want you to start at 1,000. And down here for distribution and potential, I'm using potential information, so this is how it's going to be numbering my numbers in the distribution side. So I'm just going to hit OK. That's fine. So it's giving me a preview. Great. So now I'm going to check here. So L1, L2, L3 ground, 2L1, 3L1, 5L1. That's coming over here. That's great. Here's 1,000, 1,001, 1,002, and so on and so forth. Come over here. This is 24 VDC. Based on the fact that here I've specified this potential to be named 24 VDC, and this potential obviously to be my 0 volt. What that's going to be doing is, based on the fact that I got these connected to PLC power supplies, it's going to take on that information. Alright, so now here what I have is I got these wire numbers that came through, so it's coming in a little bit random, off-centered. So what I like to do is I'm going to grab all these guys, and I made a little toolbar here which aligns them vertically. Click right there. There we go. And here what I'm going to do is all these guys here, I want the wire numbers to be visible, so they'll all be visible on this side. And what I'm going to do is on this side I got a little toolbar here to make all my wires invisible on that side. So it's basically toggling between visible on or visible off. Okay, so that just makes it look a little bit more aesthetic, and that's it. Now from here, what I can do from that, so as you can see I got all these different wire markings with different conditions. Everything worked out, everything's great. What I can do from here is I can export this to Clip Project Marking. So I got a little toolbar here for Clip Project Marking. You could also go by Utilities, Clip Project, and use my marking export. This is when you install Clip Project, which is a free tool. You guys can get that anywhere on the internet. And basically here what I'm going to use is this marking export. When I do this, I'm exporting using a scheme that I set. So here with the Clip Project Marking, you can actually use EPLAN's labeling scheme to set that all up. So I'm exporting this labeling scheme. I'm going to hit export. He's going to start Clip Project Marking based on some standard setting and some material settings that I've pre-selected. He's going to start it up, and he's going to put all my wire markers on those materials that I've picked. So basically here are your wire numbers, and I got these little wraparound stickers going. So I got my settings this way. I got these wire numbers to come in here like that. Good, they're all coming out. 1L1s, grounds, different 5L1s, and basically all my wire numbers are all here. So this was just a one button step. Didn't really have to break my head over it too much. The guys down at the shop are going to be very happy, because if they're doing this with a Brady labeler, that's kind of long and tedious. So this is like a 2-second thing. It didn't cost me any more time than anything. So yeah, that's basically numbering wires using grouping sections, or grouping, specifying a grouping, and exporting to clip project marking. So now all I have to do is hit print on my clip project marking, and my twins are going to start to print, and everything's going to be alright. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed it. If anything, comment, let me know.